Hey guys, Johnny here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really sad to be making this video for you guys today. I was so excited in my other video where, I put the hot glue on my Runcam Swift and then I said all problems are solved. I flew battery after battery with no issue, and it happened again. About 18 batteries in, as I was flying, the video went black. It came back about 3 seconds later, but that was 3 seconds of too much terror for me. Even during that same flight, it happened a couple times more, and I am just done with that Runcam Swift. I took it out of my quad. I don't want to use it. I might reach out to Runcam and see what they have to say about it. It wasn't really in any crashes. There shouldn't have been any damage. The hot glue worked for about 18 batteries, but I can't be flying like that. It's terrifying. So what I decided to do is I went down to my local drone store, and by the way, I love being able to say my local drone store. I mean, how many people have a local drone store? Anyway, I went over to XLRC, which is relatively close to me here, and I asked for the Foxier Monster camera. One cool thing for me about the Foxier Monster is I have the Dominator V3 goggles, which are widescreen, and the Foxier Monster is actually a widescreen camera. So I was kind of curious to check out a widescreen camera anyway, and given the issue with the Runcam Swift where I couldn't trust it, I figured it's time for something new. So anyway, I went down there. I believe this was about $30 that I paid for this camera, which really is a pretty good bargain. I swapped out the Runcam Swift and gave it a shot. First impressions of this camera weren't actually that good for me. I took it out of the box, I slapped it on the quad, I didn't go through the OSD menu at all, and I just flew it. Pretty much right away, I started having an issue with ground or details kind of blacking out. Things that are in the shadows were just straight black. Not quite as bad as my Owl Plus, but still pretty bad where it wasn't enjoyable. I did a little bit of research online where others had talked about finding the right settings for the Foxier Monster. I found this setting in the OSD called Exposure, which by default I believe is set to Auto. And everyone said change it from Auto to be BLC, which I guess means backlight correction. Now, once I made that change and basically no other change, it was a night and day difference flying. I wasn't having the same issues with the ground blacking out. I mean, it still wasn't as good as the Runcam Swift was when I was working, but it was worlds better than it was under the auto setting. All of a sudden, I had confidence flying pretty much everywhere. If you've seen my video where I did the Placegate practice session, that was done using the Foxier Monster. I could fly in that area with complete confidence. There was no areas where I felt like I couldn't see. And that was a very overcast day where, the overcast sky actually makes it a little bit harder for me to see the ground, just because there's so much white in the picture at the same time as the ground. I also tried flying the Owl Plus that day, and it was a disaster. I couldn't see anything. I had no confidence. That flight lasted about 10 seconds, which said I just can't do this. The other flight I put up recently was also done with the Foxier Monster. That was the one done at sunset. Many of those shots were done flying directly into the sun. Even while doing that with the BLC settings, I felt very confident where I was flying. I felt like I could see all the obstacles around, I could see what was in the shadows, so really, even though it wasn't quite as good as the Swift when it came to just seeing into the sun, it worked well enough to fly with confidence, and that's really what I want. The camera's extremely sharp. I didn't notice any latency issues whatsoever, and I actually really enjoyed seeing the widescreen view. I do wish that the vertical height was a little bit, bigger for me, maybe a wider field of view on the vertical axis, but I was able to get used to it, and it worked really well. So, does this mean I'm going to give up on Runcam cameras? No, I don't think so. The Owl Plus has worked great at night for me. I've had no issues with the video blacking out where it just turns itself off. So the quality there seemed really good. I know lots of people run the Runcam Swift and had good results there, so maybe I just have a dud, or maybe it was during that switchover when they found the problem and tried to resolve it. I don't really know. But the other thing I do know is I also picked up the Runcam Swift 2. Now, I'm excited to check this one out. I don't know when we get to installing it in a quad, but I do want to see how this one does. The Runcam Swift 2 includes some cool features on top of the Runcam Swift, such as the built-in OSD that shows voltage. I really like the idea of not having to run a separate OSD system, but just having it built into the camera. So I'm definitely curious to see how well that works. Stay tuned in the future for a video where I put this on a quad. So yeah, guys, I am really, really disappointed. I had such high hopes for that hot glue. Like I said, I think I made it 18 batteries before I had an issue. But once it happened, it just started showing up over and over and over again. The day when it first showed up, it was probably about 30, 40 mile an hour winds, and I don't think that helped things. But it still shouldn't have caused this problem. I also flew that same day with the Owl Plus, had no issue there as far as the wind goes. No video blacked out. I just had the issue where the ground would turn black with the Owl Plus. So far, I've put about 10 batteries through the Foxeer Monster. I haven't had a single issue. So I'm really thrilled. To me, the Foxeer Monster is kind of a bargain of a camera. I'm really happy I picked that one up. I plan to keep rocking that one on this particular quad. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.